Hello, my name is Kirk MacNeil from Sydney, Nova Scotia. I'm not a professional YouTube vlogger or video creator or anything like that, but I do enjoy taking a cruise ship vacation. So I'm inviting you to come along with me for a little cruise ship vacation out of Miami, Florida. I'd like to welcome you aboard the ship that I'm a passenger on right now. It's called the Norwegian Getaway. I'd like to give you a little tour of the Norwegian Getaway, deck by deck, and show you what it's all about. But first, I'll tell you this. I've traveled with Norwegian now 3 times. 2 years ago on the Norwegian Escape, last year on the Norwegian Joy, then this year on the Norwegian Getaway. My experience all 3 times has been absolutely wonderful. People wonder, why do I choose Norwegian Cruise Lines? Well, I'm by myself. And when you travel by yourself, most cruise lines charge what's called a single supplement. It means basically, because you're in a cabin by yourself, they can't sell 2 extra drinks or something like this, so they're charging you 2 rooms to make up the money. You're charging you 2 fares. Norwegian Cruise Lines doesn't do that. They have a solo program for people who are traveling by themselves, and it's absolutely excellent because they're not gouging you with an extra single supplement fee, and that's why I like Norwegian. It's not just that. It's the cruise ships themselves. They're fantastic. The entertainment is fantastic. The staff are friendly. Everything is positive about Norwegian Cruise Line. So come along for a little tour with me, and I'll show you the Norwegian Getaway. Now, up on the 7th deck of the ship is the Grand Theater. The Grand Theater has all kinds of interesting shows, ranging from comedians to full-scale production shows. All of the shows are of the caliber of entertainers that get standing ovations every time. You can go your own way. Go your own way. You can call me another day, Up on deck number 6 of the cruise ship in the main atrium, there was this fellow from the Philippines by the name of Tony. What an entertainer. Fantastic. One of the places to be in the evening is on deck number 6 at the Headliner's Bar for dueling pianos. But if the bar thing ain't your cup of tea, well then in the main atrium they always have good game shows that are full of audience participation and fun. One of the aspects to being a passenger on the Norwegian Getaway, for that matter all of the Norwegian cruise ships that have been a passenger aboard, is the dining experience. Whether you're into a quick breakfast or a sit-down breakfast at one of the restaurants, it doesn't matter, the food is exceptionally good quality. I particularly enjoyed the buffet area up at the top of the ship, and sometimes near the pool area I'd go to this place known as the American Diner, which had wonderful food. Near the midsection of the ship on decks 6 and 7 was Oceans. That's Oceans right here. It's open 24 hours a day. You can pick whatever you want and have it delivered to your table. Now, I was on a plan called More at Sea, and the More at Sea plan included specialty dining. Here you see me enjoying a steak dinner at Cagney's Steakhouse on deck number 8, overlooking the ocean. What a place to dine. And then there's the main dining rooms, such as where I'm at here, which was at the back of the ship, called the Manhattan Room. And of course, at all these dining facilities, they'd never let you down with not giving you something special at the conclusion of your meal, a beautiful low-calorie dessert. Well, Welcome to the cabin section of the cruise ship. You got to remember that when you're on a cruise ship, you're actually on a floating hotel. If you look down this way, there is the corridor of this hotel here. I'm on the 10th floor of this cruise ship, the Norwegian Getaway. As you can see, the hallways are very narrow. They try to get as much space for cabins as they can get on a cruise ship. Welcome to my cabin. This is the cabin, the luxurious cabin that I have on the Norwegian Getaway. This cabin is an inside cabin, and on an inside cabin, there is no balcony, sad to say. However, if I want to catch a nice view of the ocean, all I got to do is go to one of the many different decks on board the ship and check out the sights. One of the big advantages to an indoor cabin is this. If by chance you want to sleep in the daytime for whatever reason, perhaps you may have had a drink too many last night and you just said, I just need to chill for an hour or two here. Check this out. You turn the light switch off and it is pitch black in here and you can actually sleep. And it's also extremely quiet. Anyhow, this is the stateroom for an interior stateroom on the Norwegian Getaway. Perfectly adequate for what I want. If you happen to be a solo traveler, such as myself, they have these solo studio suites, they're called here. Fantastic place to just hang out, like start your day off with a cup of coffee over here, or a nice snack here prior to your real breakfast. But it is a great place to be. It's just one of the added perks that Norwegian tries to look after the solo travelers. One of the things that I like to do when I'm on a vacation is actually get away from the crowd. And on the Norwegian Getaway, there is a place where you can escape the thousands of other passengers. It's on deck number 8. It's where I'm at right now. This deck wraps all the way around the ship. Come on for a little tour with me right now. Having walked the exterior of the ship on deck number 8, as you enter the ship, you can walk by many of the beautiful dining areas. In addition to the dining areas on deck number 8, there's entertainment venues such as Sid Norman's Poorhouse, where every night there's karaoke as well as rock bands or comedians doing their act as well, all of which is very entertaining. This is an interior view of what it looks like inside of Sid Norman's Poorhouse. How about this beautiful chandelier hanging down from the 8th floor, 3 levels. Beautiful. Now check this out. On the 8th floor interior, as you're walking from the bow of the ship toward the stern of the ship, you're going to pass beautiful lounges such as this. Every night there's somebody there at that grand piano playing the piano. And just further to the starboard side of the ship, there's a bar over there. Walking more toward the stern of the ship on the 8th floor, there's shops. And, of course, the elevators that go to 18 different floors on the ship. This is the entrance to the Moderno and Cagney's Steakhouse. The corridor that leads to it is simply elegant, and when you reach the end of the corridor, there's a beautiful bar where you can have your favorite beverage prior to a delicious meal in either one of these two great restaurants. Safety is important on a cruise ship. Knowing where your lifeboat is, very important. Deck number 7. As you walk the interior of the ship on deck number 7, from the stern of the ship toward the bow, you pass the casino area. The casino area is extensive, including many slot machines. Just past there, of course, is the grand atrium part of the ship where the chandelier is, and both on the starboard and port side are the other parts of the casino featuring the blackjack, the roulette, and the craps tables. As you arrive at the stern of the ship, that's the aft section of it, on deck number 6, there's this section here dedicated to all the ports that the Norwegian Getaway has visited, including my own port of Sydney, Nova Scotia, as well as the hundreds of other places the Norwegian Getaway has visited. Well, it is 7:30 in the morning as I'm filming this. It is kind of early to have a drink. But if this were later in the day, this is a great place to come and have a drink because it's right between two beautiful restaurants. One right over here is called The Taste. The Taste, they don't charge any extra for the food. The food is absolutely delicious, to say the least. On the Norwegian cruise lines, one of the things that they're big into is art. Check this out here. This is the art gallery here on deck number 6. All of these paintings, they have auctions here, and the paintings can be purchased by you and shipped to your hometown. Any ticket that you want to buy for a land excursion, this is where you'd purchase it, right here. As you walk along deck number 6, on the starboard side forward of the ship is a place known as the Illusionarium. The corridor that leads to the stage area features all of the greats of magic, such as Houdini and Blackstone. It was really impressive to see this, and I mean, Norwegian Cruises has spent a lot of money on this artwork and this dedicated theater for magic. The only thing I couldn't understand was the fact that there was no magician on board the Norwegian Getaway, which kind of disappointed me. I think there should have been a magic act. A lot of people got the mistaken impression that being on a cruise ship means eating and drinking. Well, to some people that's the clientele, but to other people they enjoy other things like getting up early in the morning, checking out the sunrise, and some people enjoy being here at the fitness spa. Today is a perfect day for me to go for a swim in that pool because most of the passengers are ashore at Grand Stirrup Cay. Anyhow, the pool is not the biggest in the world, but you can have a great time here. At the stern of the ship, up on deck number 16, is the Spice H2O. This is a lounge area that is a relaxation area in the daytime. It has a bar there as well, and in the evening becomes a wonderful dance area.
Up, down, down. That's
I've managed to get up early this morning. The sun has risen. It's a gorgeous day out at sea between Miami and Cozumel, Mexico. The view up here, absolutely stunning. Check it out because it's early morning. Nobody's here. I'm on the 18th floor of the Norwegian Getaway, looking over at the sister ship, the Norwegian Dawn, which I do believe may have been in the port of Sydney at some point or other. 2 years ago, I had major reconstructive surgery done on my left shoulder. It's still, even 2 years later, a little bit weakened from the whole thing. And this is one thing I am definitely not going to do. It's the rope course that they have on board the Norwegian Getaway. For the people with good shoulders, this is probably a place to hang out, but I don't think you're going to see me doing that. I'm in Miami right now. That's Miami behind me. Behind me, I was also looking this way, the Vibe Beach Club, a beautiful place to be. Have to hand it to Norwegian Cruise Lines. Wonderful service as soon as I got on board. Nice drink here, that's water, and having a great time. Now the club vibe is up on deck number 17 of the Norwegian Getaway. Check this out. All these deck chairs here, they're yours. It does cost a little bit extra, but it's not as crowded as the other parts of the ship. I think it's worth it. But there are about 3,900 passengers on the cruise ship. Don't know the exact count, but it's a huge crowd. Sometimes you like to escape the crowd, and Club Vibe is the place to do that. Well, a little confession to make here. I'm really not one for crowds. The beach behind me, Norwegian Cruise Lines do have a lovely little island. It's their own special island, and Great Stirrup Cay is the name of it. It was a little on the crowded side for my liking, so I came back to the ship. Why wouldn't I? I mean, I'm at the Club Vibe here. Hey, check this out. I got my own hot tub here, a view overlooking the ocean here, the Caribbean Sea, and the club that I'm at here. Club Vibe is not exactly crowded, and I can have a nice glass of wine, read a book, and just relax for the afternoon. This is what I call a great time. There's another Norwegian ship here called the Norwegian Gem, which I do believe has been to Sydney, Nova Scotia before. But as you can see, the Club Vibe is pretty much empty right now. So it's like I own this cruise ship. It's almost like I own this floating palace. Wow, what a week this has been. It was so nice to take a breather, get out of the November weather of Cape Breton. Yeah, it can start to get kind of cold up there, and it was getting cold. It sounded down to 2 degrees. So I ended up here in Miami. This is South Beach, Miami, and that's behind me right here is the port. This is where I picked up the Norwegian Getaway. I had a marvelous time on the Norwegian Getaway. Hey, I'm even wearing the cap. Anyhow, my next trip, I think it's going to be with Norwegian Cruises once again. They really are a good cruise line. They have a lot to offer, and I was really impressed. I mean, everything about it, the food, the entertainment, destinations were great. I'm going to do another trip with Norwegian Cruise Lines. I think my next one's probably going to be up to Alaska, maybe next year. If not Alaska, it's also been on my mind to try Iceland, over to Norway, the fjords there, or perhaps the Mediterranean. But there's definitely another trip coming up. Now, coming down the harbor shortly will be the ship I was on this past week, the Norwegian Getaway. Anyhow, hope you enjoy looking at it as much as I've enjoyed being on it.